result. I think we did enough to win the game, but it didn't happen. That's football. If you understand football, it's one of those things. We kept playing, kept trying to get in there, and you know. But it's a good positive result to take forward. But obviously disappointing at home, not to win the game as we should have won the game.
In the first half, maybe not very few clear-cut chances, but fluid performance in the second half. What did it do in your approach, which brought the chances that it got?
Well, change the inside midfield players a little bit and try to get them into better, wider areas. And that's all we try to do. And it was right. Once we got them into better, wide areas, you're going to get, you get better service, and which happened. And we scored 2 goals. Possibly the one was off. I didn't think the other one was off. So it worked. But you can stand and talk all day. It was a good effort from the players. That's the most important thing. Intensity was better. Attitude was good from the weekend as well. We should have won the weekend as well. So, these things happen in football. We've got to grind it, go through it. And, that's pretty much, there's not really much, most important thing was good attitude. That's the most important thing.
Yes, Coach. I think there was a question from Daniel, Mark, and then Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yes. Daniel from City Press, Coach. The trip to Burkina Faso awaits you. Of course, it's a neutral venue now for your game against Weda. Considering that this game didn't play the way that game, and then you have to reset, has it thrown you a bit in terms of the preparations, considering that now there has to be a reshuffle in terms of the fixtures?
No, not really. We knew this game was going to take place either way. So it was just a matter of where. One country I haven't been to is Burkina Faso. I've been everywhere else. Morocco, Tunisia, everywhere. Played everywhere. So this is going to be a little bit new. We'll have a look at the pitch. That's the most important thing. See the size, where it is. But also puts them on the back foot a little bit as well. They are the strongest side in the group, I think, with the experience. And so, hopefully we can get a positive result there.
Mark, and then Tim.
Coach, the far side assistant ref, a lot of marginal calls coming back from the break. The replay showed some of them very, very close, but might have been right. But I think the header from Nurkovic was onside.
That was onside, yeah.
So you didn't need that as well, given that you were also missing chances.
Yeah, that's how it goes, Mark. In football, and the ones who survive are the stronger ones. And as long as we create opportunities, or maybe the first half we didn't create enough. I think our final ball in the first half wasn't good enough. And once we got the synergy a little bit better, and as I said, wanted to get the midfield players. We really don't have wide players, so we got to try and make a plan with those areas. And it was much better in the second half, but we had to do it. That was the plan from the start, was to try and do that. But it's not a natural thing for some players, So once we did that, we were better. But sometimes it's going to take a ball to ricochet of somebody for us to score. Sometimes, especially here, we're really struggling here. Away from home, we're much better.
Right, Tim.
Coach, looking at the approach that you took, it was one of those that you could have easily had a goal within the first 10 minutes of play. But coming out should be disappointing for you that you didn't even get the full complement of points. Do you think this is going to work for you going into the continent, knowing very well that you're going to be playing some away games? Looking at the players, the body language that you picked up for them, are they ready for the big fight in the coming games? And just to follow up on that, Lazarus Kambule is known all over the continent, and he did not start the game, but he came in as a sub. Was that something that you planned, that he's not going to be starting the game, and then he's going to be an impact player playing against African players that know him very well?
Look, it was quite a long question, that. We should have scored in the first half. Definitely had the chance there. There was, the first 10 minutes we had the ball ricocheted across the box, in the box. The goalkeeper dropped it twice, 3 times. We never picked up the second ball. And that's, sometimes, as I said, when you're not winning, you got to work a little bit harder sometimes, which I've tried to explain to the players. It's not going to just come easy, and we have to be. And sometimes you got to shut the box in and screen the box, which is, it's easier said than done. But it's a mentality thing But I thought our mentality was good tonight. Our mentality was good on Saturday. They give me 2 good games. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Even last week, we were okay at times. But we're getting them as much as we can out of the group. We can't, right now. We need to get more, we know that. But they worked hard, and that's important for me. On the question of Lazarus, for me, you've got to do better. Don't see enough for training. Comes on, tonight he's got to do better. He gets 15, 20 minutes. Wanted to start him, but I think with the 2 guys, they work well together. They played a lot together last year. So, I think, in that position, we know we are obviously short, but I mean, he's got to work harder, I think, and do a little bit more without the ball as well. So, you come sometimes to a different country and different mentality, and, he's got to work harder, and I like him. There's no problem with him. He worked, but we need a little bit more. As a foreign player, we need a little bit more. I always emphasize that.
We'll take the last 2 questions. Kaizer.
Coach Gavin, I'm Horoya on the results. It's Kaizer from Sport 24. COVID-19 is a very serious thing, but don't you feel that there's a bit of national gamesmanship from the North African team?
Well, South Africa invented COVID, didn't they? Yeah. Listen, we're not very well liked around the world, are we? At this point in time. So, it's been very difficult. But it's the same for everybody. We've obviously struggled with missing 1 or 2 players through the course of this period. I mean, I don't have to mention their names, but there has been 1 or 2, well, more than 1 or 2 missing because of, the illness. So that's been a bit frustrating for me. But it's the same for everybody. We've got to try and stay together, stick through it, and try and get through it, and adhere to all the protocols, which I think we do. Our club is very stringent on that. I haven't seen a club so stringent on the rules and regulations, which is good, which you need that, and hopefully, and we tested yesterday, we tested tomorrow again, we're going to test when we get there. So, I don't know how many other clubs do it like we're doing, but, I've got to compliment the club. It's been brilliant from that perspective. It's not nice for me because I was just taking a hammering, but, it's just, you've got to compliment how professional our club is run.
Thanks, Coach. Take the last one, too.
Coach, I think tonight we saw a typical Champions League football match. Strong defense from the opposition, but also the delay tactics they apply. Is that something that unnerves you as a coach? Perhaps the players are not quite experienced in Champions League football. And is that something that you guys going to have to take into consideration when you play games as frustrating as this one was? I mean, you guys could have scored. The goalkeeper was doing all sorts of the tricks there. Is that something that you're looking to way forward, especially home games?
Well, you'll get these things more so at home than away because, but that's part of the game in Africa on the continent. We've got to be better. We've got to be stronger. I think it makes us better, and I always say, what goes in roundabouts, football. What goes round comes round. If you cheat today, it'll come back to you tomorrow. And I emphasize it with my players. Be honest. I mean, Reeve should have gone down here in the second half. The guy and he tried to go, and the ref should have brought it back, and it was a foul. But he didn't go down, and that's okay. And I said it'll come round. What goes round comes round in life, and I'm a great believer in that. Stay honest, stay true to the cause, and I've even said to my goalkeeper, playing against him many times, you can't be doing stuff like that. You must stay up and let's play the game properly, because in the long run we'll score, we'll benefit.